What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Friday, June 7th. I am in St. George, Quebec, about 3.5 hours from Montreal. I am here for the East Coast Pro Tour's St. George Classic, a 2-day event at the fantastic St. Jacques Golf Club. Really a true hidden gem in Quebec. Unfortunately, it is raining. Not sure how long it's going to continue. I've got a 10:10 tee time. Hopefully the worst of it passes before then, but we shall see. Might be a long day. I've got Sam up here on the camera. You guys, if you've been watching the channel for a little while, you'll know Sam. I played a match against him as part of the Road to Open qualifying series. It's going to be his first time on the camera. He seems pretty confident about it. I wish he had better weather for today because he's going to have a lot to manage. Anyways, I'm just going to finish my coffee, get my body warmed up, go play some golf. See you guys in a bit. Alright guys, you will have seen one of the tour directors blowing the horn. We're in a 1-hour rain delay at the moment. I think it's 1 hour and then we'll get an update, I expect. I was about halfway through my warm-up. I'd actually moved inside to kind of warm my body up dynamically because it was raining so hard, and I just didn't see the point in standing in the rain. Went to get an update, and as soon as I got an update from them, they blew the horn. So playing the waiting game. We'll see what happens. Catch up with you soon. All right, guys, new update just before 10:30 in the morning. The tour has just informed us that they're not making any kind of decision till around noon. So yeah, we got some time. So I'm actually leaving the course. I'm going back to the hotel just to go grab my laptop so that I can do some editing while we wait, kind of make use of the time, because if not, we are literally just sitting at the clubhouse twiddling our thumbs and playing GeoGuessr, actually, which Sam introduced me to yesterday, and holy crap, that is addictive. And that has absolutely nothing to do with golf. I'll be back with another update as soon as we hear something from the tour. All right, guys, just before noon, update at this point, not official yet, but we should find out in a few minutes, is that we will restart at 1 o'clock. It'll be a shotgun restart. So whoever was on the course, obviously will continue from where they were from, and they're gonna send the rest of us out to a whole bunch of random holes. So kind of unfortunate, you're not gonna see the course from the first hole in its normal layout, but you will tomorrow, because it is a 2-day event. I'm gonna start getting warmed up. See you guys on the golf course. So here we go. After the delays, finally ready to go here. We're starting on the 15th hole. This is a long par 3, 227 yards. Probably one of the toughest holes on the golf course. So kind of a tough way to start the round, but at the same time, you get this hole out of the way very early. Like I said, 227. Pin's kind of middle right side. I've got 5-iron in my hand here. Winds a little bit into, a little bit off the left. Felt like it was a pretty decent swing. Did come out a little left on me though. Just gonna kick off the right side of the bunker there. Stays in the rough, just kind of short left. Not too bad, all things considered. Now luckily, I'd messed around with some chips from this spot in the practice round the day before.
You can see right in front of me there's just like a little shoulder on the green there, so I'd practice hitting some chips into that shoulder, just seeing how it reacts. So I know this is going to kind of kick a little right and run out, turn a little right as it goes, and what a start. Making a 2 on that hole is always a bonus.
Gave me some bad advice earlier. You told me to hit greens.
Sam and I having a little bit of fun there. We are on to the par 5 16th hole. This is a 505 yard par 5. Pretty straight away. Just got to get a good one out off the tee. Now, this club has been giving me issues, but I do put a good swing on this. It's a little bit down the right. You'll see it come down just right on the right side of the screen there, just over the bunker. Left myself in a decent spot though, right side of the fairway. I've got 185 yards in. I'm hitting 8 iron. And there was no need for me to flirt with those trees. Like, I had an angle, and my alignment was just awful. Like, basically pumped it right into the trees. It ended up kind of going through them, finished short right, which leaves me this pitch shot. Short-sided, not the greatest lie. Got to go up over this bunker, landing on a downslope. Not a ton of green to work with. Really not ideal. And really misread the lie here. The ball was sitting up a lot better than I thought. I hit that quite well. I just expected it to come out a little bit hotter, so I did what I really could not afford to do, and that was leave it short in the bunker. So now I've got to get up and down from here for par, and felt like I hit a good bunker shot, just no check on it whatsoever. Going to leave me a long par effort here, which is really unfortunate considering I'd gotten off the tee. So about 20 feet here for my par, double breaker. See, it goes left, goes back to the right near the hole, and a hard lip out. That would have been really nice to have saved par after the little blunder on the second shot. I'm going to go ahead though, clean up for my bogey, so I'm even par through 2, but that was a mistake. I should have made 5 at absolute worst from where I was off the tee. Onto the par 3 17th. It's a 200-yard par 3. Pin's kind of middle right. Now, there's a bunch of this happening at this tournament where it kind of started on line, turns over hard. That was a 7-iron. Had the right distance, but clearly not the right line. Luckily, I've missed to the proper side, so I do have green to work with. Not that tough of a chip. Everything runs down and to the right, so I've basically just got to like bump this onto the green and let gravity take the ball down to the hole. Executed that really nicely. Put it down there to just a couple of feet. And that's going to allow me to go ahead and save my par on this longish par 3. On to the 18th hole. This is a really, really good finishing hole. Dogleg left par 4. Measures just over 460 yards. There's water down the left. You can see the 2 bunkers there down the right. I do not want to flirt with the water, so I'm trying to take this down the right center. I do push it a little bit, though it was very well hit. I'm going to see that it's going to carry over that first bunker, finish in the right rough. Left me about 180 yards in. I've got 8 iron out, and you can hear that it's raining at the moment. Again, like the 7-iron on the previous hole, came out okay, just turning left on me. It finishes just in the fringe on the left front side of the green. I mean, really not that bad of a shot from where I was. Long birdie look here from the fringe, uphill, all the way, turning right, all the way. Really, really good pace on that. Going to leave myself a tap in for my par there, and this will put us at even par through 4. Not a terrible start. Really had the one mistake on the par 5 16th. You know, from where I was in the fairway, really felt like I should have made birdies, so could easily have been 2 under at this point, but it is what it is. I'd made the mistake, and I paid the price. Alright, so on to the first hole, where I thought we were going to be starting our day. This short-ish par 4, about 370 yards. There's water on the left side of the fairway. I mean, the water in front of us isn't really in play. There is water well down the right side as well. But that one fairway bunker down the right, I'm just trying to take it over the kind of left side of that bunker, put it on the right side of the fairway. Ball came down just a little bit right of where I was looking, but I'm in really good shape. Right side of the fairway, just inside of 50 yards. Felt like I played a really good pitch shot here. Expected this to land soft, which it didn't. I mean, it almost landed in the hole and then just kept running on. So I have given myself a birdie look. It's really not the birdie look I was expecting, though. This is pretty quick downhill. Really hit a good putt here, though. Just right on line, perfect pace, drop it into the middle. That's a birdie. That gets us back to 1 under par. Second hole is a 165-yard par 3. Water short. Just hitting a little 9-iron here. It was a little downwind. Didn't catch this one great. I mean, I caught enough of it. Oh, it's up on the green, but I would have liked to have gotten this a little bit closer to pin high. But not bad of a miss. I've got an uphill birdie look here. Really an outside chance. It's a pretty long look at birdie, but it is fairly straight up the hill. Again, hit another really, really good putt here. And at this point, I thought this was going in, and it just kind of turned right at the end. Just caught the red edge of the hole. Really happy with the effort from where I was, though. Just going to take my time walking around my playing partner's lines. Make sure I'm not going to step in my playing partner's line. Go ahead, tap in for my par. 1 under through 6 holes. The third hole is another short par 4 coming in at around 365 yards. I'm trying to take driver just over the right side of the bunker. Again, well hit, just tiny little bit right of where I wanted it, and we'll see the bounce that took. That caught cart path, so got a little bit of extra distance out of that one. Again, very happy with the driver so far today. It's been coming out nicely. So here, right rough, at about 45 yards in, I'm trying to pitch this into the hill, let it skip up and release. Needed just a little bit more on it to get it up to the flag, but really, all things considered, not a bad shot. It's a tricky little putt. I had this definitely breaking right, and it broke way further right than I expected. Also probably didn't put enough pace on it, but either way, that was just a total misread. But that's a par. Moving on to the par 5 fourth hole. Long par 5 here, 582 yards. As you can see and hear, it is raining again. Another good drive here, just trying to go just right of that bunker. See where the ball comes down there. It actually kicked pretty hard right, which was unfortunate because that really cuts down my angle for the next shot. Had about 280 in. Now, I thought about hitting 3-wood and trying to cut it, but my 3-wood's been missing left recently, and I just couldn't do that there. So I laid up with a 9-iron. Actually should have laid up probably with an 8-iron. This left me a little further back than I wanted, about 135 yards, but I hit a nice gap wedge. Just pull it a little bit. I was trying to go just left of the flag, ended up well left of the flag, but pin high. So, a lot to like about it. Again, some alignment issues, as I definitely was not aimed where I was looking. Long birdie look here, downhill, turning right. This putt was pretty fast. See, it just kind of gathers pace all the way down. Pretty good read. It just broke a little bit later than I expected it to. It only really broke once it lost all of its pace. Got about 3 feet here to clean up for my par. Go ahead, put that right in the middle. So again, would have liked to have birdied the par 5, but no damage done. We are 1 under through 8 holes. The fifth hole is a really nice par 4, 406 yards. Now, we're not really going to see it from Sam's angle here, but there is water all the way down the right-hand side. So I'm hitting hybrid here. I just want to make sure I get something in play. Oh, little selfie from Sam. Hello, Sam. So left side of the fairway here, I have 153 yards into a middle front flag. I'm hitting pitching wedge. Now, this is a little confusing for me because I actually didn't hit this great. Again, some alignment issues. I was definitely aimed right on that one. So after hitting it, I did not think that was going to get to pin high, let alone just past pin high, which it did. So you can see here, I'm like just a little confused. Can't quite figure that out. Just ask myself a bunch of questions here. So got to look at birdie. Turning from right to left, this was such a good putt, and it just lost its pace at the last second and dove across the face of the hole. I thought that was in the entire way. So giving myself some looks here, just not quite converting. Another par there, 1 under through 9. Sixth is a really nice par 3, about 185 yards. I'm hitting 8 iron. Hit it alright. A little thin, didn't quite get all of it. Turned a little bit left on me, but it is going to finish kind of front left of the green, so not that bad of a shot. You know, greens in regulation, never really complained with that. I've got a long birdie look here. It goes up, turns left, then flattens out, turns back to the right, and oh, look at that, another lip out. That's unfortunate. Again, really good putt. I really like the way that I'm putting here today. I'll go ahead, knock in the 2-footer for my par. The 7th hole is a 425-yard par 4 that turns pretty hard from left to right. Tough tee shot. Really have to challenge the corner if you want to get it into the fairway. If you go left at all, you're basically guaranteed to be in the rough. I hit an absolute beauty there, just down the right-hand side. So finish center of the fairway. Got about 125 yards in here. Now I know that I cannot go left of this flag because the green falls off. So I land it just right of the flag, and it spins left and catches that slope and goes off the green. So felt like I hit a really good shot. Really feel like I didn't get rewarded for the quality of that shot, but it is what it is. I'm just on the fringe, putting back up this slope. It's turning from left to right. Gave it a good run, had it on a good line, left it just short of the hole. Didn't want to get super aggressive with that one because 4 feet coming back from the other side would not have been fun. That's another par. We are 1 under through 11. The 8th is a 411-yard par 4. Again, doglegs right, but as you can see, this one doglegs right around a body of water. Now, you can hit driver over the water, not necessarily carry all of the water, but I'm still not really feeling it with my driver. I don't feel like I'm getting the right launch conditions to be comfortable trying to carry water. So I hit hybrid, got 148 yards in here. You see the sun's out, this is nice. I just hit a pitching wedge here, not full. Want to leave this below the hole. Hit a pretty good shot. Left it a little further below the hole than I wanted, but mission accomplished. I do have an uphill putt, even though technically I am on the front fringe. This is uphill all the way, turning gently from left to right. You can hear me asking for it to go, and it just catches the right side and falls into the hole. Pretty good birdie there. That puts us now at 2 under through 12.
Hi, Mom.
Look at this view. This place is so gorgeous, especially now that the sun's out. The 9th hole is a 490-yard par 5. Just want to take it over the kind of the left side of that bunker. That bunker should not be in play. Very easy to carry. You can see that I wasn't comfortable with my alignment, so I stepped off, get myself set up again. Felt like I put a pretty good swing on this, but I blast it right into the group of trees that we see there. So definitely not the ideal start to what is a relatively easy par 5. Forced to chip out practically sideways. Don't want to do anything stupid. Just get this back in the fairway. Give yourself a shot up to the green. Birdie is still in play here. Got 176 yards coming in here. I've got 8 iron. I can see in the video that I am aimed left. And then I hook it as well. So I start it left. It moves left. I end up down by the base of a tree on the left side. Not the side I should have missed it on. The green's going to slope away from me now. Unfortunately, Sam didn't get this shot, but I hit a beautiful chip shot, which I cannot believe stopped above the hole. But anyways, it did. About 5 feet left to save my par, and I dropped that in. So no damage done, but really had to scramble pretty hard on what's a relatively easy par 5. The 10th hole is another par 5 coming in just under 550 yards. Hard dogleg right. This is probably the best drive I hit all day. Challenging the right side, going up over the corner of those trees. See it kick left there when it bounces, but that's fine. I'm in the left side of the fairway. I have 227 in here into the wind, and I've got 4 iron out, and probably the best swing of the day. I mean, I hit this so good. Went just a little left of my line, but leave it up on the front fringe. So feeling good about where I am in 2 there. Now look at how sloped this green is. I started this thing so high up to the right, and look at how hard it is going to fall to our left. Like, I don't know if I could have gotten that close to the flag from where I was. Uphill birdie look just outside of 10 feet. I think this should break a little to my left. You can see that it goes right. That doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, that's another par on a par 5. The 11th hole is a 415-yard par 4. Dog legs to the left. I'm just trying to start a 4-iron at that bunker and turn it over a little bit. It gets very narrow up there, so hitting anything more than a 4-iron for me is just not worth it. Hit that great in the fairway. Got just over 150 yards in. Again, I'm hitting pitching wedge. Really nice swing there. This never left the flag stick. Thinking I'm going to give myself a really good look at birdie. And I do give myself a relatively good look at birdie. Unfortunately, it landed closer, spun back a little bit. But I have about 17 feet here. Should be just uphill, should turn left. Really just didn't turn left, but I feel like I hit another really good putt. So tap in for my par, keeps us at 2 under through 15 holes. 12th hole is a 565-yard par 5. So it does dogleg right, but don't really have to worry about that off the tee. You just want to take something kind of over the left side of the bunker on the right. Again, really good drive here, just a little bit further right than I should have been, but not going to complain. It leaves me in just into the right rough. I've got 4-iron here from about 240 yards, and I almost topped it. That kind of came out of nowhere for me. Just a little out of sequence. I think I'm getting a little tired here. So it did run through the bunker. It's in the fairway on the other side. Got just outside of 50 yards. Now, all day, these pitch shots had been skipping up the greens, so I played for that, and then that one bit. So yes, I probably needed to fly it further anyway, but I absolutely did not expect that thing to stop it as quickly as it did. It gives me really an outside look at birdie, and I'm going uphill, then it flattens out until it gets to the hole, and then after the hole, it's downhill. So I played a little too defensive on that, left it a little bit short, but I go ahead, clean up for my par, 2 under with 2 holes to play. The 13th is a par 3. It was playing about 150 yards on this day. I'm hitting pitching wedge. Again, common theme with the day, just a little bit left, but distance is pretty good. Landed right about pin high, and this one unfortunately spins off the green onto the fringe, but it's really not that bad of a leave. So coming out of the fringe here, you can see the slope that I'm putting across here. I did not start this high enough, nor did I hit it hard enough. I expected it to be a lot quicker once it got over the crest there. I left myself about 4 feet here for par, lined it up, hit a great putt, and it did not take the break that I thought it was going to take. So that's a very unfortunate bogey. That takes us to 1 under par with 1 hole to play. 14th hole is a 400-yard par 4. You can see I'm getting harassed by some kind of fly. It just will not leave me alone. So I step off, I reset, I'm taunting him. I want him to land on me so I can get him. He doesn't. I think he's gone, so go back through my routine, go set up to the ball, and got him. See, I'm pretty pumped up about that. I'm just trying to do anything to try and find some energy here. So set up for my drive. I'm trying to take it just right of the bunker that we can see there. And unfortunately, I hooked this thing way left. Go full Hideki on the follow through, dropping the club. Apologies for that, guys. I don't like it when I do that.
Open up a little bit.
I did not expect that thing to go left. There is a hazard down there. At least they've marked it hazard. I'm in the trees here, so I can find it, play it, even though technically it's hazard. But I can chip it out, get it back into the fairway, and then just want to do whatever I can to get up and down here for my par. 70 yards in. Now the previous pitch shot had checked, so I play for this one now to check. Again, land it right next to the hole. It does not check. So a little confused, a little frustrated. I feel like I've hit some really good shots and just haven't really been rewarded. Got about 20 feet here from my par. Never quite had this on line. I knew it was going to turn a little bit right, and I just kind of started at dead center instead of left edge. But I will go ahead, tap in for a finishing bogey. The bogey finish unfortunately has me at even par for the day, which was frustrating because I know I didn't play great, but I feel like I played way better than an even par round.
Alright, so round 1 in the books. We're just leaving the course, did a bit of practice afterwards. That was a frustrating day. There are definitely positives. Putted well, For the most part, I hit driver really well. A couple of misses, which cost me on 9 and on, what was our last one, 14. Other than that, the drive was really good. Probably hit more fairways than I have all year. Approach game was not very good. A little out of sequence with my irons. Couldn't quite get the timing. Just felt a little off out there today. Putting was really solid. The problem though was that I was always way too far away from the hole. You're not going to make many 30, 35 footers, though I gave him a lot of tries today. A lot of really good long putts, long lip outs, even par finish. Really unfortunate that I finished bogey because if I just parred out, I would have finished 2 under and I'd be 2 back going into tomorrow. Now I am 4 back going into tomorrow. So I've got 18 holes to make up a bunch of ground. It's not impossible. It might be a little improbable, but it can definitely be done. Found a bit of a better feel on the range just now. So we're gonna go grab some food, have a quiet night, rest up, get ready to get back at it and go low tomorrow. All right, morning guys. We are June 8th, Saturday. It is Saturday, right, Sam? Yep, Saturday, confirmed. What time is it? 9:15 a.m. We just packed up the hotel room. We'd started taking stuff down to the car, and then another one of the players here who's staying at the same hotel informed us that there is already a rain delay. So we're in a rain delay, and the heavy stuff has not even started yet. The golf course apparently is just absolutely saturated. Another player who's at the course has told us that it's really not looking good for today. So it's the waiting game right now. I think they're giving us an update around 11. So I guess we're gonna chill out here for a bit, probably head up to the course in a bit. Well, I mean, you gotta go get breakfast anyway. So yeah, just hoping we get to play today. And you guys know the update soon. All right, just after 10 o'clock, no updates officially, but we did just find out from another player that the practice facilities were open, so we're gonna grab a quick bite to eat, get to the course, so at least we're there, get some practice in, because why not? Didn't come up to St. George to sit in a hotel room. Hopefully we get an update soon, but the forecast really does not look favorable whatsoever. Really hoping we get out there. I'm really hoping the tour does everything in their power to get us out there, because we all came up here to play 2 days. So let's just hope that every effort is made to get the second time done. All right, guys, it is now 11:26. We were told we were going to get an update at 11:50. We just got the update that it's only a 1 hour delay, so my tee time is now in 50 minutes at 12:11 instead of 11:11. Man, am I ever happy we came to the golf course, because if I was still at the hotel right now, waiting for the 11:50 update, it'd be like panic mode to get here. Anyways, I gotta get warmed up. See you guys on the course.
So after a slightly abbreviated warm-up, it is finally time to go. Now, weather's not great, it is raining. You can see we got wind in the face here on the first hole. But I'm just eager and anxious to get out there.
De Montréal, Québec, avec un score de 72, 2 fois champion sur le East Coast Pro Tour, James Colin Davis.
So again, hitting driver on this first hole, trying to put it down the right side, near where I did yesterday. Pretty good drive, and just a little bit right of where I was aimed. Comes down just over like the middle of that fairway bunker. Unfortunately, it finished just on the right rough. Good angle though, I've got 83 yards. Small lob wedge here. It was a little left. Now, looking at the video, I was aimed there. Not only did it go left, it also went long. So, a little frustrated with that. There's birdie putt from the fringe, turning right, going downhill. Pretty decent effort, but definitely a little too much pace on it. Leaves myself probably about 4.5 feet for par here, I'd say, going back up the hill, turning to my left. Solid putt there, saved the par. You can see that it is raining out right now. It is not nice. Second hole, par 3, 164 yards back into the wind. I'm taking some off of an 8-iron here, and in my effort to take something off of it, I didn't rotate through it, shut the club face down, and this finished left of left. Like, I don't know the last time I missed a mid-iron this far left. You see, that's where the green is. And you'll see me continue walking left of the cart path. Ball actually finished in the hazard, which, to be honest, I didn't even know there was a hazard there. So, not ideal. Got to get pretty creative with this. Use my gap wedge, land it short, let it die into the slope. Left it about 6 feet below the hole. I don't think I really could have done any better from there than I did. So, feeling pretty good about that recovery shot. Not going to lie. So 6 feet up the hill, I had this breaking a little right. It actually broke a little left and lipped out. So after the great recovery shot, it is pretty heartbreaking to walk off the hole with bogey. We are 1 over par through 2. Onto the third hole, hitting driver again like I had the day before. Didn't hit this one great. This one was high toe, coming left of the bunker, and it works out just fine, but it really went absolutely nowhere. Middle of the fairway though, got 102 yards into a very similar flag to the one we had the day before. I'm hitting sand wedge here, again going just right of this. Do not want to miss this left, everything falls off the green. Good distance control there. I've given myself about 14 feet, slightly uphill, turning to my left, hit a great putt here, and just lost its pace and dove a little too far left. That's another lip out. That's a tap in par. And you'll see here, man, I just need a putt to fall. I am getting frustrated. Onto the par 5 fourth hole. Again, another miss left with my driver here. Now, it's going to end up being okay. It lands just left of the cart path, but it's fine. Wasn't going to be going for this hole in 2 in these conditions regardless, but I've got to hook a 7-iron around these trees, put myself back in position here to hit my third shot onto the green and give myself a look at birdie. Really good job with the hook 7-iron. Put it just past that 150 post that you see out there. In good shape, left side of the fairway. I've got 124 yards here, slightly downwind. I'm hitting my 55 degree, my sand wedge. Really like that swing, hit it great, and that thing just went forever. Well past the flag. It tried to spin, but the green was so wet that it just kind of didn't spin back. So you can see the rain coming in kind of sideways here. I've got a long birdie look up the hill. Again, really good putt, just missed it on the high side. Goes about 3 feet past. So this to clean up for my par. There we go. No damage done. But at this point, I've played 6 par 5s and I have yet to birdie any of them. On to the par 4 fifth hole. Like the day before, I'm hitting hybrid again. Unfortunately, this one, I pull it left. Finishes inside the left tree line. So that's not ideal. You can hear the frustration. Now, I've got a good window here. I've got 7-iron out. I have 168 yards. I'm trying to punch this low up to the green. And what happened there? You see me investigating here.
On a root.
The ball was right on a root. So I felt like I hit a good shot and it just popped straight up into the tree in front of me. No choice now. I have to chip out for my third shot. So I'm now going to have a chance to hole out for par from the fairway. 102 yards in here for my 4th shot on this par 4. Really want to hit a quality wedge here. Want to give myself a chance to save bogey and limit the damage. And I hit a really nice shot. Just a hair short of the flag, but right on line. Can't complain. Give myself about 8 feet here. And I thought this was going to turn right. It didn't really turn right, but it just caught the left edge. That is a really nice bogey save, all things considered. On to the par 3 6th hole, playing 186 yards. You can see the pin hidden by that bunker. Again, I go full Hideki. My sequencing is just awful at the moment. I'm actually getting really tired. I'm going to talk about this more at the end of the round. I do leave it on the front right of the green. I've got a long birdie look here. You can hear the ball skip through the water, so I was worried that it had taken pace off of it. It actually worked out pretty well. I don't think the water on the green affected it that much, but
I read that perfectly.
it's a good thing it stopped raining when it did, though, because the course at this point is borderline unplayable. I'll go ahead and tap in for my par. We remain 1 over for the day through 6 holes. On to 7, dogleg right par 4. We're seeing a bit of a theme here so far on the front 9. This one again goes a little bit left. Not terrible. I mean, I'm not in trouble, but I am going to be in the left rough. And I've got a very, very poor lie here. The ball's sitting way down in the hole. I have 147 yards into the wind, so I'm trying to punch a 9-iron out. Not a full one, just trying to get it out through the wind, and this thing just went forever. It was on a great line, but ended up more kind of middle of the green, and that flag was at the front. So I've got another long birdie look here. Up the hill, flattens out, turns a little bit right at the end. Hit a really quality putt. Had a little bit too much pace on it. You can see that it started going downhill after the hole there. So I've got a good 5 feet, I would say. Oh, Sam getting a close-up of my butt. That's interesting. All right. So this look here for par. Again, really nice putt. Dropped in the dead center. I'll take the par, all things considered. Now on 8, the day before I had hit hybrid. We had a little bit of helping wind here, so I decided it was a good day for me to get a little more aggressive and hit driver. So I'm taking this just left of that fountain, hit it absolutely perfectly, put it on the right side of the fairway. That's going to give me a good wedge shot in. Now once we get to this wedge shot, you see, look at my alignment. I am not aimed at the hole, I am aimed left of the hole. So I hit this thing, and I think I have pulled the crap out of it, when in reality I basically hit it exactly where I was aimed. So you can see the alignment issues are very real, and it is getting very frustrating. Yeah. So tough little chip here, quick, down the hill, turning to the right, played this beautifully. I actually thought it was going to continue turning and go in. It did not, but I'm not going to complain. From where I was back there, being able to walk up and tap in for my par is more than I could have asked for. On to the 9th hole. Now I'd made a bit of a mess of this par 5 the prior day. I want to do better. I basically hit a carbon copy drive to what I'd done the day before. Just pushed it out to the right, back into those trees. I am not thrilled, because I want to take advantage of the par 5s, and I clearly have not done this. So again, no choice but to chip out. Fortunately, I've got some geese in the way. Sam got a good kick out of this. I had to go and kind of shoo these guys out of my way. All right, finally, we're good to go. Just going to put it back in play. Didn't want to get stupid aggressive with this one. And keeping the trend with my cameraman, Sam, filming the local wildlife. Got 160 yards here, up the hill. I'm hitting 9-iron. And again, like, this has been happening so often over these 2 days. Just pulling it and drawing it off that line. Good distance control. It's perfectly pin high, but didn't really give myself a makeable putt. This is downhill, turning from my left to right, relatively fast. Okay, slight overread, but the pace control was absolutely perfect. That's going to give me a chance to go ahead and clean up for my par. Still have not birdied a par 5. But we're going to have another chance to birdie one here on 10. Dogleg right, par 5. Another good drive, hugging the right side over the trees. And I've driven it very well on this hole. I put it in the fairway 2 days in a row. Now today I got 247 into the wind. Now hybrid I felt was too much. I didn't want to bring long into play. So I'm hitting 4-iron. I'm just trying to leave it short right. That would have given me a bit of a chip up the hill. Unfortunately, I leave it short left. So that's giving me a pretty tricky shot. I mean, I'm in a similar position to where I was the day before, and we saw how much that broke from left to right. So chipping back up the hill here. This just didn't quite come out the way I expected. I thought it was going to jump on me a little bit. The line on it was actually pretty decent, but just well short of the hole. Do have an uphill birdie look, though. Really want this to drop. And I didn't even give it a chance, leaving it about a foot short. So, again, very disappointed in the way I've played the par 5s, because I usually eat them alive. That's another par. We are 2 over par through 10 holes. So in the first round, I hit 4 iron on 11. Now it was back into the wind today, so I'm hitting hybrid, trying to take it to the bunker and draw it off of it. Fortunately, I started on the bunker, hit it a little bit out of the heel. It faded on me, so it didn't go very far, and it went right, so I'm going to have a long way in. In fact, I had 197 yards in to a back left flag, so I'm hitting 7 iron. Kind of had to go down, dig down, and get this one. Hit a good shot. You can hear me asking for it to sit because it came out a little low. Right on line with the flag. Landed just short, ran just past it, but from there, I've given myself a fairly good look at birdie. So, slightly downhill, turning from left to right. Could not believe that this stayed short. It was right in the heart. When I hit it, I was convinced I'd made it, but not to be. We will tap in for the par. Now at this point in the round, I am getting very, very mentally exhausted. It's been such a grind. The last few weeks had taken a lot out of me, and I just wasn't able to recover before going into this event. See another full Hideki off the tee here. So I just get completely out of sequence. Hit this one low left, just short of the left bunker. You can see the frustration. I have 277 in. I'm trying to hit hybrid up somewhere close to the front edge. Another full Hideki, low left. Just hanging on for dear life at the moment. This does stay in play. It actually gave me a relatively good angle. So I've got 67 yards back up the hill to a back right flag. From here, hit a very, very tasty wedge shot. Very happy with the execution here. Got it back up to that back right corner. Giving myself a pretty good look at birdie. You can see here there is some weather coming in. Now, we don't want any more delays. It's been a long 2 days as it is. I've got this downhill birdie putt turning from right to left, and I just underread it. Again, lips out. Another par 5. Another missed opportunity. Another par. We are 1 over on the par 5s and 2 over for the tournament. Par 3 13th, 150 yards today, back into the wind, so I'm hitting a little 9 iron, just trying to flight it down, take a little bit off of it, and hit a pretty good shot, just a little bit left of my target. Lands about pin high, and just like the day before, spun back onto the fringe.
Wait, he's stopping to do that? Same spot as yesterday.
So very similar to the putt that I'd had the day before. I hit this one a little bit harder than I had the day before. I do get it a little bit closer to the hole than I had the day before, but still fooled, thought it was going to be faster. And this is the look of a very tired and frustrated man right there. So unlike the day before, I am able to clean up from my par. We are 2 over total with 5 holes to play. Onto the par 4 14th. Again, trying to take this ball just right of the left fairway bunker there. Felt like it was a pretty good swing, but I did hit it off the toe, so it does turn on me. It does get over the bunker, luckily, but I'm going to be in the left rough. About 116 yards into the wind, and right as I take the club back, a bug landed on the ball, and it just took my attention away from what I was trying to do. There was no time for me to stop the
landed
swing.
on my ball right as I went.
So I just really feel at this point like I can't catch a break.
Give me a fucking break.
See? That was short left, chipping downhill, just with lob wedge. Played a nice shot here. Flew this just a little further than I wanted to, but left it within pretty good proximity of the hole. But giving myself a good chance to save my par. Here we are, pretty straight putt, just turning a little bit left. Put it right in the middle. Another good par save, but at this point I feel like I need some birdies. 15th, par 3, my opening hole from the day before. 222 yards today. I'm hitting 5 iron, winds a little into, a little bit off the right. This might be the best swing of the day. Drop this in there. Actually just past the flag, but pretty good proximity considering how far away I was. This is a downhill left to right putt, and this broke way harder than I expected it to. Again, felt like I'd hit a really good putt, started it on my line. You take the 3 on that hole every day of the week, but I really felt like I wanted to make the 2 there. On to 16. Now, this hole caused me some problems the day before. Even though I'd hit a good tee shot, I hit another good tee shot here. Nice low ball back into the wind, right down the middle. Now, this is playing into the wind today, so I'm not going to have the same yardage in that I had the day before. The day before I had 185. Today I have 215 to a right flag, so I've got 4 iron out, and this is probably my worst swing of definitely the tournament, potentially the season. This was a pull hook 4 iron that went straight into the hazard left. Really just over it at this point. I mean, I'm still trying to scramble, but I just can't figure out why I keep going left. So I take a drop. This is my 4th shot. Felt like I'd hit that great. It just ran on forever, and that was uphill, so I couldn't understand that. Got this look for par. Another great roll, great pace, good line, just burns the right edge. So we have now played 10 par 5s in this tournament. I did not make a single birdie, and twice on the 16th hole from the fairway, I made bogey. So that is incredibly frustrating. We're 3 over total, 2 over on the par 5s, which is just not acceptable. The par 3 17th hole was playing 184 yards back into the wind. I was between 6 and 7 iron here. I decided to go with the 7. Probably should have gone with the 6. I mean, I actually hit a very good shot here. You'll see it'll come down just left of the bunker. Line was great, but it was well short of the target. 6 iron probably would have been the right one, but I had a hard time committing to it, thinking it might go long. We've got a long birdie look here, uphill, turning left. Slight underread, but great for pace. I didn't want to go too far right, because too far right of that hole would actually break further to the right, could possibly go off the green. I clean up for my par. We remain 3 over with 1 to play. Back onto 18, dogleg left, long par 4. Great finishing hole. And fairly good drive here. Just didn't want this to go left, so of course I blow it just a little bit right. Again, I carry that first bunker down the right. Put myself into the right rough, but that's the place you want to miss it. I have 181 yards back into this green. I'm hitting 8 iron. Put a pretty good swing on it. Again, went a little left, but not the end of the world. Good distance control though. From 180, I'm okay with that proximity. That's really not a bad golf shot. Oh, walk into my umbrella. So, birdie putt. Uphill, turning right. Didn't even give it a chance. That was just poor. I'm going to go ahead and finish up. Tap in for my par. That is a 3 over par 75, and also a birdie-free round, which I can't say I've done too often in my professional career. Just a very, very frustrating day.
Alright guys, I'm back at home. I've had a bit of time to reflect on how things went in St. George. I wasn't able to film a kind of wrap-up recap after we got off the course. We stuck around for a few minutes and then decided just to hit the road and get home. So we had about 3.5 hours ahead of us, and I was already pretty tired. Now before I get into the recap, just a couple things quickly. If you're enjoying the content, please do me a small favor, just hit that like button. It's going to help more people find the video. The more people that find the videos, the more the channel's going to grow. The more the channel grows, the more I'm going to be able to put out more good content for you guys. Also, if you're going to go as far as liking the video and you haven't subscribed already, why not just one extra click, just subscribe. Not going to cost you anything, help me out a great deal. And if you really want to show your support for the channel, leave me a comment down below as well. So first we'll start with the positives. I putted really well in St. George. For the most part, that has been a constant this season, which to me is pretty wild, because if you go back like 3 years, I was, a terrible putter would be strong, but I was far from a good putter. And if you told me then that now putter would probably be the most consistent club in the bag, I probably would have scoffed at that. But it is, and to be honest, I'm not going to complain about that. Putting is the key to scoring. So if you take the way that I played tee to green at St. George and add my putting from 2 or 3 years ago, I probably would have finished closer to 10 over par. My driver was fairly decent. I mean, again, it's not great. It's not as good as I'd like it to be, but considering how things have gone off the tee so far this year, it was definitely a step in the right direction. There were still a few, call them big misses, but more often than not, I'm putting the ball in play. I'm giving myself a shot into the green. Now, unfortunately, I was not able to really take advantage of those shots that I gave myself into the greens. My iron wedge play, which normally is the strongest part of my game, at this tournament was by far my weakest. Now, a couple of times in the voiceover, I would have mentioned my sequencing, and that was definitely off, and I just couldn't quite get the feel for when things needed to fire in the downswing. But after having a chance to really go through the shots from that tournament, one of the things that really stood out for me was how poor my alignment was when I was up in St. George. So that's something I've addressed. It's something I continue to work on. Obviously, it's one of the fundamentals. It doesn't matter how well you do everything else. You know, if I keep aiming left with my wedges, well, I'm probably gonna hit the shot left. And one of the things for me that was so disappointing about this event was how I played the par fives. Historically, throughout my career, I've always played par fives very well. And the course in St. George, having 5 par fives, is a course that sets up very well for me. And 4 of the 5 are quite reachable. You might not always put it on the green, but you should be at least around the green. And as you guys will have seen over the 2 days, I didn't birdie a single par 5, and I bogeyed the 16th hole twice after hitting my tee shot into the fairway. Now, to me, this is just completely unacceptable. I mean, I played the par 5s 2 over, and I was 3 over overall. So if I played the par 5s just half decently, I would have put myself in a relatively good position for this event, even though my game wasn't really there. Now, you would have also heard me talk about the fact that I was pretty tired a couple of times when I was going through the 2 rounds. Now, I'm not saying this to make excuses here. I hold myself completely accountable for the way that I played and everything that happened during the event in St. George. But the reality of the situation is that after the few opening weeks of the season up here, with the qualifiers that I went through, and then going to Toronto, driving back home through the night, on top of that, I'm still giving a lot of lessons every week just to, keep the lights on at home, put food on the table, and help pay for some of these tournament expenses because they add up very quickly, as well as committing a lot of my time to putting content out on this YouTube channel. Now, filming the videos isn't hard. I mean, I basically just have to go play around the golf, which I'm going to do anyway, but editing the videos, unfortunately, does take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of energy. So something I'm working on, and I'll have to continue working on, is just managing my schedule a little bit better, making sure that I prioritize rest, make sure that I'm getting enough sleep while still obviously competing, practicing so that my game is ready for when I compete, giving lessons, and continuing putting out content out on the YouTube channel. I mean, realistically, this is the first summer that I am fully committed to the YouTube channel, to putting a video out every week. I was posting some stuff last summer, but it really wasn't consistent. I kind of got a video out whenever I had time, but I'm trying to take this a lot more seriously. I see that you guys are enjoying the content. I really appreciate the comments that you guys are leaving. The interactions with the videos has been unbelievable, and at this point, it makes it all worthwhile. So thank you all very much for that. So anyways, all this being said, I'm obviously still glad I went to the tournament. It's a great event. It's a great golf course. Obviously, I wish I would have played better. The unfortunate thing is that it did turn into a pretty expensive 3 days because finishing at +3, I did not make a single dollar. So that's unfortunate. I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Sam for coming up with me, getting behind the lens. I think he really enjoyed the experience. I really enjoyed having him up there. He did great work behind the camera considering his first time. To you, the viewer, thank you as always for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys again next week with a new video. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.